Hey, it's the Maniac again, and I got another one for you for the ages. In fact, I'm going to do three of them, okay? I'm going to do three of them, and I have them written down. It's that your goals don't care for excuses. That is correct. Your goals don't care. Now, the other one is limitations, and the third thing is, what do you want in your life? Yes, I'm giving you three. Look at this. Maniac, can't do math. I need to add bing, one more. I'm giving you three of them today in one video. I know I could probably break it up into three, but you know what? The Maniac doesn't care what other people think. I'm doing three of them for you today. Okay, so the first one is, and Eric Thomas talked about this, okay? And he said that your limitations should not matter to anybody else. If your friends say that you have limitations, you should not have any limitations on you. If they try and put your limitations on you, guess what? Tell them to get the hell out of my way. Okay? Your limitations should not exist. Anybody who tells you that you have limitations to do anything, tell them to take a flying leap off a bleeping pier. Because, I mean, that's all it is. Anybody that has any limitations and they try and put their limitations on you, say that you are dead to their limitations. Their limitations don't exist in your world. Like any limitations I have, I'm not going to try and put them on anybody else, by the way. I shouldn't have any limitations, and if I do, well, guess what, Matt? You better get to work on them and bury them. Destroy your limitations, because your limitations could destroy you if you let them fester and live long enough. Your limitations should not matter to anybody else except you. Your limitations should be dead and buried. Anybody that has any limitations in the service, guess what? They are not singled out. They are worked on. And when that limitation or that weakness gets worked on, that team gets stronger. It's just like in the SEAL team. But in the SEAL team, that is the nation's elite 911 team. And I guarantee you, that elite team is not going to give 1 ounce of feeling sorry for. I'm not even in the frame. Oh well, guess what? It's still going to be a great video. Woo-hoo, yeah. But that nation's elite 911 team will not have anybody who's weak if they can't pull their weight. That is why any limitations that anybody else puts on you, you need to say, your limitations are dead to me. Your limitations are over in the graveyard, dead and buried. I am dead to your limitations. Your limitations don't affect me. Your limitations, and you could go on and on about this list. Because if you have limitations and if anybody else puts their limitations on you, guess what? Now you got some limitations. Somebody tells you you can't do that? Guess what? That's a limitation. On one of the special forces hand-to-hand combat, it says that limitations are a mindset. That is correct. Limitations are a mindset. Everybody says, oh, you can't do that. It's impossible. It's always impossible until somebody comes along and does it. They said that nobody could do a 4-minute mile. Well, guess what? Now people are doing it. Some guy trained and did a 4-minute mile, and people said it was impossible. Limitations are all up here. Sun Tzu, the great military general, said that victorious warriors win in the mind first before going to battle. Well, guess what? Your limitations are always up here in your mind. Your limitations are always up here. Because if you think small, you're going to not get anywhere at all. If you think big, guess what? You're going to win big. You're going to win huge. I was just working on my goal journal, in fact. It's goals written in a journal book. Don't get any ideas. And it's not a diary, okay? I'm a guy, not a girl, okay? Girls have diaries, guys have journals. There is a difference. But that's my meaning, okay? So don't get that twisted. Now, I know that this may be a long video, but guess what? I think that it's time that the maniac just show his face. Anyway, the next one. Your goals don't care for excuses. And guess what? They don't. If you have goals, you need to get them finished. And you need to set bigger goals. One thing that I heard on one of the most motivational videos on YouTube is that if you were on your deathbed and your goals were surrounding you, your goals would be saying to you, you could have finished us. You could have finished your goals. You could have written that book. You could have gotten that, you could have driven that car. You could have had that promotion. You could. You need to not make excuses. You want to start that business? Guess what? Start it. You want to write that book? Don't find out how to submit the book until you've, excuse me, I'm getting a little bit, speaking too fast here. You need to find out what subject you're going to write on. Write that book. Guess what? Boom, you got that book. Then figure out how to send it to a publisher. You want to start that business? Find out what you're going to sell. In fact, make it. In fact, the maniac's doing that himself. He's making the product that he's going to sell. So guess what? I don't want to hear any more excuses from you on why you guys haven't started your business yet. If your business is cooking, guess what? Put out recipes. You get a good recipe, guess what? Someone's going to contact you and go, hey, give me another one. And you know what? You can give them another one. And as soon as you start getting a good following for your recipes, start charging $5 a recipe. People will pay it, and it's not that much. Yeah, I mean, hey, come on. But when you complete your goal, there are no more excuses. When you complete your goal, no more excuses should be attached to that one goal. Like, my goal is to be a motivational speaker or a motivational YouTube speaker. And I'm not dressed how a normal person on YouTube who's a motivational speaker should be dressed. You know what? I'm comfortable this way. Yeah, I could do it in a suit, but I'd have to keep my, my body heat down to a minimum. So then that way I don't start sweating through the suit. But you know what? I'm comfortable in this. Oh, and by the way, this is Texas, so it is a little cold outside. That's why I got the jacket on. Bass Pro. Got this in Missouri. But anyway, I digress. Last one is, what do you want in your life? What do you want in your life? You want that car? Guess what? Go get it. I'm not saying steal it, okay? I don't want people saying, well, the maniac said that I could get this car. Well, guess what? You gotta pay for it too. But if you're saying I'm not going to be able to drive a car like that, guess what? That's your thinking. Your thinking is so small that it's actually criminal. Metaphorically. It's actually criminal that you guys are thinking so small. You want to make $1 million? Guess what? Don't say I'll never make $1 million, because if you say I just want to make enough money to be comfortable, well, guess what? And this is kind of funny because Les Brown said this too, and I got a laugh out of it also. Les Brown said to be comfortable, you need to be rich, because then you will have enough money. It's true. I want to make enough money to be comfortable. You can't be comfortable on about $4,000 a month. You want to be comfortable and have financial freedom and take all the trips and go and see all these, places. Guess what? Go ahead and do it. Find a way how to make enough money to get to where you want to be. Now, notice how I said enough money. I didn't say to be comfortable. Find out how to make enough money to get to those places that you want to go to get to those places that you really want to visit. Like me, I want to visit Spain. I want to visit Portugal. I spent most of my military career on the West Coast at 32nd Street Naval Station. But so guess what? I got to see Hawaii. Dad was stationed there. Believe me, not much has changed. I mean, if you've been there before and you know that not much has changed and the maniac's telling you the truth, yes, nothing has changed. Now, also, I got to see Australia. 2 different places, Townsville and Darwin. Both on the upper edge. Now, if you're thinking, well, there's a, did you see the concert hall? Well, we were on the we were on the northern edge. Sydney and the concert hall is down on the southern edge of Australia, so we didn't get a chance to get there. But anyway, I digress. If you want to take that cruise, find out how to cut back on all your expenses that you would normally have. Make them a priority, so then that way you can take that cruise, you can take that trip, you can go get that car, you can have all of that paid for. You want to live in a house? Guess what? Find out where all the houses are. Find out how much it's going to cost to rent, because if you own, then you've got major debt. And I've got major medical debt, so. But anyway, rent the house, so then that way you can have someone deal with the repairs. And also, I just want to give a shout out. Okay? To anybody who watches my videos and say, thank you guys. You guys are the best audience on YouTube. And if I only get 4 or 5 likes or 1 or 2, I mean, hey, you know what? At least I love doing this. And my haters out there, keep putting the comments in. And guess what? The Maniac will see you guys later. Maybe even on the next video. Peace!